In today's video, I want to talk to you all about getting scalp micropigmentation, SMP, after an FUE hair transplant. Scalp micropigmentation is used to cover up your FUE donor scar area. My name is Will Quay. I'm a clinical trichologist and specialist scalp micropigmentation artist, helping you guys that are struggling with hair loss. In today's video, I want to talk to you about getting scalp micropigmentation to conceal and cover up your FUE scars from your previous hair transplant. There's a few key points I would like to cover in this video if you have had a hair transplant and you're considering getting scalp micropigmentation to camouflage your scars. Now, I'm going to show you some examples of a client that we have had in our studio, so you can look firsthand at exactly how we tackled the situation. Now, you might be asking or wondering, am I a candidate for this treatment? Now, if you've had a hair transplant and you've noticed that you've got scars on the back of your scalp, that would be from the follicles that have been taken from your donor area. Depending on how you're wearing your hair or how successful the transplant was, you might be wondering whether you can change your hairstyle. So guys that come into me, they may want a shorter sort of buzz cut look on the sides of their scalps and leaving their hair and their new transplanted hair a little bit longer on the top. Now, normally when you shave your hair down on the sides, that's when you start to notice the scars. Now, depending on how well the surgeon was that done the treatment, you know, your scars can either be a little bit discolored, a little bit concaved, a little bit convex. Now, we as artists, we can't unfortunately change the way the scar looks. We can't make the scars disappear. You have to always be aware that it's a scar camouflage and not a scar get rid of. But we have had some real amazing results with our clients here in concealing the scars the best we can. So it's important to manage expectation. I wouldn't want to sell you something or tell you a fib or a lie. I'll tell you honestly what can be achieved and what can't be achieved. So I'm going to show you an example of a client that we've got. I'm going to show you a photo of how he came in. Now, firstly, he's had his transplant. He's had 18 months, I believe, since he had his transplant done. Now, rule of thumb, we like to leave anywhere between 9 to 12 months post transplant. Now, that depends on how well your skin has healed. Now, honestly, there's no point rushing this process. Just let everything settle down. Once it's all settled down, by all means, send us some photos and we can, you know, report back to you and let you know whether we think you're in a position to get it done. But rule of thumb, 9 to 12 months post-transplant is when you should be then thinking about, okay, I want to get the SMP to cover up my scars. Now, in this photo here, I'm just going to brighten it up a little bit. In this photo here, you're going to see my client as he walked in. I'm going to show you that one. I'll show you a couple other angles as well, just so you get an idea, and I'll show you a video as well. Okay, so excuse my barbering skills. I'm not a barber, but we did chop his hair down on the sides. Now, we wasn't concerned about how the hair sort of looked on the top. He didn't want to shave it completely down. I would always suggest that if you want SMP through the top as well as the scars, I would shave it down just for the treatment, because we're going to get the best result for you with the hair shaved down. I'm not saying that we can't do it with the hair long. We can, but I'd always tell you for optimal results, shave your hair down. In this case, my client didn't want to shave his hair down. We run a little bit through the top, not a crazy amount, but the main work was in the scars. Now, the example that you're seeing on the screen now, he's had 6,000 grafts. Now, that's a fair amount. A lot of my clients have anywhere between 2,000 to 3,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. That's a fair amount of camouflage needed. Not to say that we can't do it, and you're going to see the results very soon. So stay involved in the video. But yeah, so if you're looking like this or you've had less scars, you are a perfect candidate for scar camouflage with scalp micropigmentation. Now, like any of our treatments, we do it over multiple sessions, in particular with the scars. Now, we really do want to start off light. We might change our needle selection slightly. We really want to tippy toe into this treatment. We don't want to overshoot it. I've seen it so many times where results have been done, they look super dark, oversaturated, and it just looks like a mess. Now, we want to get you into a better position to what you are now. So in order to do that, we start off like exactly how we do with any other treatment, probably more so with the FUE scar camouflage. And we just work up through the sessions. So you're still going to need 3 sessions, still going to need the same amount of gap in between the sessions. It's just be patient with it. Trust the process. If you haven't seen that, I made a video on that as well called Trust the Process. We'll link it up here. We'll link the video down there. Make sure to go check that out. The process is still the same, even with scar camouflage as well as full scalp SMP. So, you know, as long as you've picked an artist that is experienced in this kind of work, you're not going to go too far wrong. Make sure you see their portfolio. Make sure you're happy with the scalp camouflage they've done. I'm about to show you what we've done with this client, just so you get an idea. And again, it's been done over multiple sessions. The same rules apply. So this is what the client looked like when we'd finished. Again, it's always important to know, honestly, slow and steady wins the race. We've done this multiple times. Just take your time with it. We get some amazing results with FUE scar camouflage. I mean, it's night and day. I'm gonna drop up a before and after now, so you can check that out and you can see the difference. It really does take your eye off it. But again, it's important to note it's a camouflage, not a get rid of, but the results speak for themselves. As always, if you've got any questions regarding FUE scar camouflage with scalp micropigmentation, please drop them in the comments below or send us a message. You can always find our details on www.scalpnation.co.uk. As always, like, subscribe, follow the journey. See you on the next one.